So Andrew and I had a special date night last night, and I want to share about it with you, or share about it, with you. And Andrew and I started implementing weekly date nights on Fridays. And essentially, it's each week we alternate between who plans it. But it's spontaneous. So I don't say, hey, Andrew, next week it's my week to plan and this is what we're doing. It's literally like 5 p.m. comes and then I will share, hey, Andrew, this is what we're doing. Andrew will say, hey, this is what we're doing tonight. So last night was Friday at the time of I'm recording this, and I just got home from a walk with a friend, and it was like 5:05. 5 minutes late. And Andrew's like, okay. Well, first, he shared that we're going to go for a movie. And I did not like the movie that he picked. I'm sorry, babe. But we also live in a very small town, so there's not really that many options. And then he was like, okay, we're going to go bowling. And to be honest, like it's dark at 5 where I live. It's cold where I live right now. And sometimes there's parts of me that it's like, I just want to, Andrew always jokes, he's like, you just want to watch your comedy. I love watching comedy. You want to watch your comedy, cuddle, have some tea, and do the same thing every single week. And that's literally true. I just love, I'm a homebody, okay? I'm a homebody. But he was like, okay, let's go bowling. And I was like, okay, fine, let's go bowling. So we got changed, we went bowling, and it was actually so much fun. I'm not the best bowler. I'm like, ow, my wrist, ow, my fingers. What am I doing with my leg? But anyways, we just had a great time. We went bowling. And then Andrew was like, okay, let's, again, I didn't know the rest of the night. And he's like, okay, let's go out for dinner. And I was like, okay. Again, still had no idea where we were going. And that is huge, okay? Like, there used to be a point in time where I needed to be so in control. Like, if you were to tell me, you're going to let me know what we're doing for date night right when date night starts, that would have given me so much anxiety, because I'm like, well, do I eat before? Do I not eat? Like, what are we doing? What do I wear? Like, it would have been so much stress, and it's not anymore, because I don't have anxiety around food, but also I'm just so much more of a calm person. I used to be honestly so uptight all the time. And now I'm just like, let's go, whatever you want, babe. Sure, let's do this. I'm so much more spontaneous. And it's literally the greatest feeling in the world to just have a calm nervous system and just be able to go with the flow and be spontaneous and have these fun things to do. You know, it's like life is too short to be a stress ball. It's like, just let loose, just have fun, be spontaneous. Anyways, so we finished bowling and Andrew was like, hey, let's go out for dinner. I was like, perfect. And he mentioned the word pizza and I was like, ooh, I'm actually kind of craving some pizza. So we drove to this one Italian restaurant very close by to our house, and he was like, okay, like, you don't have to get pizza. Obviously, it's an Italian restaurant. They have a bunch of things. I've been there a few times, and I was like, no, like, I'm actually craving pizza. And so we both got pizza, and something that has helped me so much when I was on my journey was sharing meals. Now, I don't mean get one meal and share it. I don't mean like that. So what I mean is I chose one pizza that I wanted, and then Andrew, well, I actually chose both of them because Andrew didn't really want to choose. But anyways, well, he was like, well, what are you thinking? And I was like, well, I'm kind of debating between these two. And then he was like, okay, well, then let's get both. And then we can kind of share both. And something that really helped me back on my journey was getting two different, let's say, types of pizza and then sharing it. It is so good for your taste buds to not just have like one thing. And plus, it's so boring. Like me just eating one pizza, I get like bored after a while, you know? So I'm like having a little bit of this pizza and having a little bit of that pizza. It makes my taste buds so much happier. And I actually still do that today. Just because I actually enjoy it. Like you'll never probably find me even at home. Like at home, I'm not going to just have a bowl of pasta. I'm going to have a little bit of pasta and this, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. My taste buds just love that so much. But if you are struggling with fullness and satisfaction, that could be really, really supportive for you on your journey as well too. So anyways, we got the pizzas and I asked Andrew, I said, is it cool, like, if we get gluten-free? Just because that's sometimes a preference of mine. And yep, he's like, that's cool, whatever. And so we got these 2 delicious pizzas and I ate mine and it was a little bit spicy for some reason. I don't know if it was the sausage or Italian sausage or something like that. But anyways, I really enjoyed mine. I tried the second one that I guess Andrew got, or the one that was my second pick. It tasted like absolute shit, okay? It tasted like cardboard and disgusting cheese. But it's all good, because here's also a thing: when you heal your relationship with food, you don't give 2 shits. I'm just like, meh, did not taste good. And I finished, my portion of what I wanted, and there was a little bit left over of the not so good one that we didn't really like. It was also bigger than the one that I got. And so the lady came around afterwards and was like, do you want to put that in a to-go box? And we're like, no, thank you. But anyways, we didn't really like that one. But why I'm sharing this with you is there's so many lessons along this way. Number 1, be more spontaneous and be more fun. Number 2, when you heal your relationship with food, you can go to any restaurant. It's not that big of a deal. And then also, if you don't really enjoy something, like don't get me wrong, I prioritize satisfaction. So it wasn't like I had a crappy pizza and I was like, oh, well, that sucks. It's like, no, we ordered 2 pizzas and there was one that was really good. So I was really satisfied, which is so important. But the other point there I wanted to share was about the sharing, because again, that can really just help your taste buds. And again, if you don't really like one, at least you have another option as well too. But I'm not going to lie, I did not feel the best after eating this pizza. And I want to share that with you because I think this is a huge reason. I had a conversation with Andrew and I said, a huge reason why sometimes I don't want to go out for dinner is I just don't feel the best. It's like at home, Andrew and I, we have grass-fed steak. We buy organic chicken. We buy vegetables at the local farmer's market. And sometimes when you go out for dinner, it's just different, right? And my body sometimes isn't as accustomed to that. Like, I don't go out for dinner every single day. I don't go for dinner every single week. So sometimes when I do, I feel like a lot for my body and a lot for my system. And so I didn't really feel the best. But a few lessons from that is, a huge reason why I said, no problem, let's go out for dinner, is because it's not a big deal for me. It's just like, hey, let's go bowling. Sure. Hey, let's go out for dinner. Like, it's just, okay, sure. Like, it's not that big of a deal. It's just like, it's just like anything else that Andrew will ask me to do. And the reason I said yes to going out for dinner is because, again, this is something that Andrew really wanted to do. And I actually asked him a few weeks ago, I said, what is your favorite thing to do with me? And he's like, I love when we go out for dinner. And so when he was like, hey, let's go out for dinner, I was like, yes, absolutely. And he was literally just jumping up and down, so excited, because again, he doesn't do it for the food. He literally just does it for the quality time. And that's why I said yes too. I'm like, probably not going to feel the best, to be honest, but I said yes because I love spending quality time with my husband. And I love the conversations that we have at dinner. And that time for just us, and to just get out of the house and to just live our life and experience some joyful, fun moments. And that's why I truly said yes. But I did feel like shit, which is totally okay. You're not going to go out for dinner all the time and feel amazing. And I told Andrew, and we had this conversation, and we said, well, maybe let's also choose higher end restaurants that have, higher quality food. Again, this is just kind of a preference that Andrew and I were kind of talking about. Just because, again, when you eat a certain way, at home, and then you go out for dinner at certain places, sometimes it's whoa, it's a big shock to your system. But anyways, I wanted to share this with you because if you are like feeling super uptight. Let yourself be free, be more spontaneous, be more spontaneous. Just go with the flow. Don't take life too seriously. Have a date night. Go have a date night with your husband. One of my clients shared that she went to go see a play with her husband. I'm like, that is so sweet. It was their anniversary. They've been together for so many years. And I'm like, you guys are incredible. Like, spend quality time with your husband. Don't take life too seriously and just enjoy your life. Life is too short to be worrying about what you're going to eat, what time you're doing this, and just honestly go tell your husband, hey, I'm planning, we're going to go do a date night, and just plan it. And then maybe have him plan one. Honestly, Andrew and I are just having so much fun, enjoying each other's company, surprising each other with, what we want to do. And I forgot to share what we did the rest of the night, but we ended up coming home from having our pizza dinner. And of course, I made myself a nice hot cup of chamomile tea. It's one of my favorite things to do in the evenings. And then we put on this comedy. Oh my God, I can't remember what the name is. He's a Mexican comedian. He is hilarious, but he also has a really big heart, a really big, genuine heart. And I really enjoyed listening to him, and I was dying. And you guys know I'm a grandma and I go to bed super early, but also something that I want to share was we got home and we put on the comedy show. I think it was 9:00 when we actually watched it, which is pretty late for me and this grandma over here. But I ended up watching the comedy. I did put on my blue light blocker glasses just to protect the eyeballs at night. But we ended up watching this comedy show until 11:00. And that's so not like me, whatsoever. But I think around 11:00, well, I think we stayed up until 11:15. Around 11:00, I actually lay down and I fell asleep on the couch for a little bit. But it was super late and I was like, what the heck? I'm like, we normally don't do this. And then we obviously went to bed and I allowed myself to sleep in the next morning. Why I'm sharing this with you is, you guys, my sleep is number one. My sleep is a top priority. My health is a top priority. But guess what? I also go out for dinner and eat pizza and feel like shit. That one time last night, I did not feel the best. But I still go out for dinner. Guess what? There are some nights, very rarely, but it happens where I was like, let's watch this comedy show. And I stayed up until 11:00. Normally, I'm an early bird riser. And I'm like, I'm going to sleep in a little bit. And did I die? No. Did I have fun? Yes. Did I feel like shit after the pizza? Yes, but it is okay. The world doesn't stop because you went out for dinner, or the world doesn't stop because, God forbid, you went to bed one night, or the world doesn't stop because, God forbid, you slept in and you didn't do what you wanted to do first thing in the morning. It is okay. It is okay. I always think to myself, we have one life, and yes, value your health. Again, my health is a massive priority for me, but I adjust, right? So again, it's tonight, I'm obviously not going to go to bed late. It's no, I can just get back into it. And I don't even see it as falling off track. I didn't see last night as falling off track because there was nothing I did to fall off track. And I'm also not on a diet. So there's not on a track and off a track. And so there's nothing I'm even doing today to reset myself for no, I just live my life and I just continue doing what I'm doing. I woke up this morning, I went to yoga, had my pancakes. I didn't go for a walk in the morning because I wanted to sleep in. So I'll probably go for a walk at some point today. And that's just it. Life goes on, so something that I have gotten so good at is just being so flexible. Being flexible with my routines while still really valuing myself and my health and my relationship with Andrew. These are all top things, and you don't have to sacrifice one for the other. You get to have it all and be so flexible with your life and your routines and your habits. And yeah, so I wanted to share that little date night with you. And there was quite a few lessons that I've extracted that you can really start implementing into your life as well too. So I hope you found this episode very valuable. And again, I wanted to remind you of the giveaway, which we are literally days away from it closing. I'm giving away 1 ticket to the Unstoppable Badass event. And by the way, Andrew's going to be a guest speaker. He's going to be talking about hormones, which is so important if you want to feel hella good in your own skin and just have energy and have a good gut health, and while still obviously having a good relationship with food. So it's going to be phenomenal. He is incredible. He's an amazing speaker. You guys are going to get so much value out of this. If you struggle with like bloating or inflammation, menopause, or just any of those symptoms and you just want to feel freaking incredible, you got to be at the event. Okay, let's just be honest. If you've not got your ticket, you got to get your ticket. But I'm also giving away a ticket, and you just got to leave a review on the podcast and screenshot any of the podcast episodes that have really changed your life, that you found really helpful. Screenshot it, share it to your Instagram stories, and tag me. And I'm going to choose one lucky badass to get a ticket to the event, which is going to be incredible. It's happening this March in Orlando, Florida. We're going to have the time of our lives, you guys. Like, this is not just an event. This is not just any event. This is a transformative weekend that you will remember for the rest of your life. There's only one first ever Unstoppable Badass event. This is your opportunity. Like, this is the chance now. So I'm giving away 1 ticket. Be sure to check the link down below in the show notes to enter the giveaway. And I will be announcing the winner on January 16th.